still being killed. More and more people are being killed today than when Tinubu came to power. So if we do a calculation of how many Yoruba people have been killed, our boys said 29,000 were killed under Buhari. The Bureau of Statistics said 15,000, 16,000 were killed in the first 11 months of President Tinubu's presidency. And more people have been killed in Yoruba land since these statistics were put together. Between April 2024 and today, so that it is possible that as many as 25,000 Yoruba people have been killed under President Tinubu. And yet we are talking about, oh, the economy will revive. Where will we? How do you want to revive the economy in this circumstance? Not only was the economy of the Yoruba land being destroyed under Buhari, he also took the step of ensuring that Yoruba people will not get food from any other source. He blockaded the border between Nigeria, between the Yoruba of Nigeria and the Yoruba of Benin Republic. And the border remains shut today. And Yoruba people are being told, don't worry, things will get better. We all saw Yoruba women traders from both sides crying at the border after the border was closed, begging to be allowed to do the trade that they have been doing since their youth. And they were refused. And the border remains closed today. The trade that had always gone from border to border has died. And yet we are being told the economy will improve. How are you going to improve the economy? In the Middle Belt, more than 1 million people have fled from their homeland, from their farms and villages, and ended up in internally displaced people's camps. And we are not doing anything to bring them back. We are not doing anything to protect them. And yet we are saying, oh, the economy will improve. How can it improve?
Sir, in a situation like this, sir, what do you think Nigeria can do to bring back the glory?
There is no glory. There has never been a glory. Don't you use the wrong word.
Okay, sir.
What can we do?
Okay, what can we do?
Yeah. And what we can do is what we in the Yoruba self-determination struggle have been pleading for 7 years now. Let those who want to depart from this disaster depart. Better still, do what Gorbachev did in the Soviet Union in 1991. Gorbachev saw that the country was already in terrible condition and was about to blow up and lead to a civil war that would have taken millions of lives. And he gradually moved the country towards revolution and resigned as president. That's what Nigeria needs today. Look at the social media. What do people talk about in the social media concerning Nigeria now? Nigeria is about to break up. I read something which some small ethnic groups say, we would rather join the Yoruba if Nigeria breaks up. We would rather join the Igbo if Nigeria breaks up, and so on and so forth. The talk in the minds of most Nigerians now is departure from the disaster. Why are we deceiving ourselves? Let Let these peoples go and let them go and take care of their own future. And maybe our children in the future, when we have settled down and created prosperous, smaller countries, will be able to make friends with and may be able to help one another, even though they belong to different countries. My advice is to all Nigerians, whether you come from a big region or a big ethnic group or a smaller ethnic group, my advice. The big ethnic groups are ready to go. The Hausa now are saying they too want to go. They want their own sovereignty. The Yoruba and the Igbo, those are the three largest. But the fourth largest, are also saying they want to go. They've written a letter to the president saying that they want to go. Events of the past week has strengthened that movement towards separation from Nigeria. The answer is clear. Let each people find their own way to organize their future. The middle belt is a little more problematic than the south, in the sense that there are hundreds of ethnic groups, small ethnic groups there. But they are hardy, warlike people, and they can organize themselves into a large country, which would be a large country, from border to border, from eastern border to the western border of what is now Nigeria. Or they could take the step of engineering two different countries. One focus on what is now Plateau State, and the other focus on what is now Benue State. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
But continuing to hold on to Nigeria and making arrangements for
2027,
an election in 2027 is not the right thing to do at this time. And if people like me keep quiet and let this and say nothing and do again, we know what is happening. We know that this country is not viable anymore. Nigerians are killing one another. Okay, why this thing is happening? The Fulani bribed some Yoruba Muslims to go and say, we want to establish Sharia. Is Sharia what the Yoruba need now? And what was the purpose for the Sharia? To use it to undermine the Yoruba nation. My brethren, some of you are older than myself. Some of you are among the persons I have known and respected all my life. Some of you are my teachers at school. People in their 80s whom I taught at school or university. And we all together are elder statesmen in our land now. It is wrong for us to keep quiet and see this disaster that is growing. Especially because we are heading towards an all-out war. And when that war comes, it's going to be a war of all against all in Nigeria. And the number of people killed by that war will horrify the world. And that war will lead to massive humanitarian disaster that will wreck most of West Africa. We have a duty. Keeping quiet is refusing to carry out our duty to our people, to the future of our people. And so that's my message to people of my age, people slightly younger than myself, people older than myself. Let us speak out. Let us intervene. Don't leave the thing to the politicians who are seeking personal glory, personal accomplishment, re-election, and so on. Don't let people who will be counted as the traitors who betrayed their people, who saw their people going the path to perishing in hundreds of thousands and said nothing. Today, the world is blaming some of the leaders of Yugoslavia, particularly one of them who was the most powerful politician in the country, Milosevic, manifestly breaking up, just as Nigeria is manifestly breaking up now. And he kept saying, no, it's not going to break up. He was maneuvering for Serb advantage in the country. When it blew up, it led to the worst inter-ethnic, inter-people's conflict in the history of the modern world. Horrible things happen that the world will never forget. Horrible things like that are coming to happen in Nigeria unless we do something now.
Thank you, sir.
That is why I decided to make this, to put this message together tonight. Not for the Yoruba people alone, but for the peoples of Nigeria. I repeat, I have a stake. I am one of those who has taught countless, probably millions of Nigerian boys and girls in the universities. I have been a teacher all my adult life, except for the 4 years I spent in the Nigerian Senate in 1970 to 1983. I have personal friends among almost every major people in Nigeria. My stake, I repeat, in the welfare of the peoples of Nigeria. My stake is massive and deep. And I must not go to my grave refusing to address that. That's what I'm saying to my brothers who are older than myself, younger than myself. You have a stake. You have to stand up and address it and stop deceiving yourself. The future of Nigeria is not in the hands of the politicians anymore. It is in the hands of a fate that can be terrible when it comes.
gbogbo àwa Yorùbá Nation Youth lẹ́yìn àti lókè òkun lábẹ́ àkóso olórí ọ̀dọ́ wa Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa àti Comrade Omeyo ń fi tìfẹ́tìfẹ́ àti ìṣọ̀kan pé gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá síbi ìfilọ́lẹ̀ àtẹ ìjọba Yorùbá website tó wà fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní tilé toko dúró fún ìtọ́ni lórí ẹ̀tọ́ wa àti ohun tó yẹ fún wa láti máa ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá tòótọ́. Bákan náà ni lórí ìjọba Yorùbá website yìí láti mọ ọ̀kan ọ̀jọ̀kan ìlànà ètò nípa ìṣèjọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń bọ̀ dẹ̀dẹ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọmọ ìlú àti ìgbéyàwó ilẹ̀ wa, ètò ààbò tó gbọ̀ngbọ̀n fún ẹ̀mí ti dúkìá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá, ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìwé ìgbélùú wa, ọ̀rọ̀ rìnkèrindò tó ń ti ìwé ìrìnnà fún ìwọléwọ̀de ilẹ̀ wa, ètò tó yanrantí fáwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aṣọ́bodè tó ń ti bóde wa, ètò tó tọ́ fáwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ àti àwọn tó ti fẹ̀yìntì níbi iṣẹ́ ọba. Pábánbárí ẹ̀ lọ̀rọ̀ nípa owó ilẹ̀ wa tó ń ti dájọ́ òdodo tó wà ní ilẹ̀ wa, iṣẹ́ lọ́pọ̀ yanturu àti ètò ọrọ̀ ajé ilẹ̀ wa tó ń tọ́ka ọ̀jọ̀kan ìlànà amáyédẹrùn gbogbo tá a ti là kalẹ̀ fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá tó ń bọ̀ láìpẹ́ láìsí tàbí ṣùgbọ́n kankan.